Hi, Helen. Hi. I can't hear you.
Yes.
There you are. Oh, you've muted yourself again. Hang on.
Sorry, that was my fault. I don't know what I'm doing. How are you doing, Kerry?
I'm doing well, thank you. What about yourself?
I'm doing great, thank you.
Good, good. Friday already. I can't believe it.
I know, isn't it? Yes, it's been a very quick week.
I don't know. Yeah, second week of school. I don't know if you have children at school or anything, but
I certainly do.
and it's, I don't know. I just don't know what's happened to. I know my life's got busier because of certain commuting responsibilities that I've got at the moment while we're in between
Right.
school. But it makes the week go. I mean, it's a blur, if I'm honest.
Yeah. My daughter just turned 16 this morning, or today.
Oh,
My oldest daughter.
amazing, amazing.
It's been a blur, all those years.
Yeah, well, you're a year behind me. My daughter turned 17 last Monday. Monday just been, I think. Yeah, this week. So it's like Leo, 2 Leos. There you go.
Wow. Yeah. Exciting.
It is.
So she got her P's yet?
No, she's got her L's. So she started working on those, that's enough for now, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, so I think it's amazing. I can't believe that I say next year she turns 18.
Wow.
I know, it's crazy. Quick question. I'm going to test if I can share my screen with you before. I know you're going to do your thing, but let me just see. Have you given me sharing?
No, so James has jumped off the meeting. I'll just get him.
No, I think I can. I think I can do it. Hang on.
You can. Yes, that's
it. Play. Oh, hang on.
Yep, that's working.
It is, but I want to see if there's a way I can do it so it looks less like that. I think I can. Let me just stop sharing and try and fix it.
Yeah, and I can't share my screen. Oh no, there we go. I can now. Great.
That's all right. Let me see. I might be able to do this slideshow. Full screen though.
I know. Audience window. That's the one I want to share. There we go. Can you hang on? No, you've got too much of my screen.
I know. I'm trying to work out how to just share.
Yeah, it's all Zoom's changed. Like it's all changed recently.
Yeah, because I thought you could select just an area that you wanted to share.
Yes, you could before. I've just asked James to jump back on again. Hello, David. How you doing? Can't hear you yet. Oh, I think he's. Okay, share screen. Okay. So how are you going there, Kerry, with your screen share?
Look, I'm all right. I'm just wondering if there's a way to I don't think there's a way you can do a slideshow. Hang on, with no, I'm just.
Is mine going full screen?
Okay, so yeah, I can see, I've minimized you a bit, but I can see yours is full screen. It looks good. Hey, David.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Can hear you now. Yeah, that's good. I'll just do mine and you tell me.
Great.
Hang on a sec.
David, I think there's two of you still.
Yeah, that's the shadow of where I was before. That's just to scare people. Imagine two of me. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, one is enough.
Most people think one is far too many. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Morning, Caroline. How are you?
Hi, how are you? I'm well, thanks.
Excellent.
I'm just turning up my volume.
Fantastic.
Get my
Did that
tea.
work?
That's
Did that
working. That's full screen. That's perfect. That's great. Yay. So, Kerry, I'm going to share and do an industry update for about 10 minutes first.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
then I'll
yeah.
hand over to you after about the 10-minute mark.
Perfect.
Yeah. But we'll just give it another few minutes till other people show up. There's a lot of people listen to, because they're at work or in other meetings, they listen to the recording afterwards, which is handy. Yeah. How's your week been, David?
It's raining on my snow. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
In fact,
Yeah.
I think it's raining on everybody's snow at the moment. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I'm just shifting my lessons tomorrow to the other side of Mount Hotham, off Buffalo. Yeah. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So.
Oh gosh, that's frustrating.
Well, I mean, the World Weather Agencies are saying that July is going to be the hottest month on record or something. So
I heard this morning there's been 21 of the hottest 30 days ever this month.
Yeah. So, I mean, we're talking Northern Hemisphere, of course, in a sense, but a lot of that is affecting, the highs are dominating our weather patterns, the highs up north in the Queensland and in Northern New South Wales. So that's affecting right through. Yeah.
Yeah. It's madness, isn't it?
But it's not going to be the worst snow season the ski resorts have ever had in the last year. It'll probably be, still quite a good season for most of the resorts. It's just August is a time when people expect to go to big snow, and it might not happen this year.
That's right.
Yeah.
You always expect the reliable snow.
Yeah. Anyway, back to you. Yeah.
Yeah. Morning, niece. How are you?
Good
Nice.
morning. Good morning. Good
Nice
morning.
to see
You too.
you. Fantastic.
David,
Dave, I was reading that the snow season is becoming later and later every year. Do you notice that?
It varies. The last few years we've actually had earlier snow seasons than normal.
Okay.
Yeah. But overall, I think the snow seasons will get shorter. Yeah. So if you look over a 20, I think you've got to look over a 20 or 30 year period to sort of get a bit of a feel for some of that. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's just gone 10 o'clock. So we might start the meeting and welcome everyone to the 149th Connect and Share. And thanks for coming this morning. I'll start with an industry update, then we'll be handing over to Kerry Otto, who's going to talk to us about the Duke of Edinburgh Employer Program. We'll have a bit of a general catch up at the end and discuss any issues that we haven't covered before then. Hang on a sec. There we go. But firstly, I'd like to acknowledge the traditional owners that the land that I'm on, who are the Gadigal and Bidjigal people, and pay my respects to elders past, present, and emerging. And I'd like to welcome everyone here to the meeting and others who are listening in later on from the land that you're coming from, and welcome everyone. And I don't think I mentioned, my name's Helen. I'm the project manager for Outdoors New South Wales and ACT, and Laurie sends her apologies for today, but she's currently presenting as we speak. And just to start off the industry update, we've got a First Nations committee which has provided context on the voice in relation to the outdoor industry. As well as this, the Outdoors New South Wales and ACT Outdoor Leader Committee has added to the content in the context of outdoor leaders that are of Aboriginal heritage and the significance of the voice referendum. This information is really important, and we provide it to help people decide on the position that they wish to take in relation to the voice when we're going to be asked about it in late 2023. And we'll update this page as more information comes to hand. Another part of the voice is there's a Macquarie University micro-credential module, and it takes about 1.5 to 2 hours to complete, and you'll undertake some self-directed online learning. And when you complete the module, you'll be given access to a quiz. And it just, I guess, gives you a broader understanding of all the issues that in relation to the referendum that's coming up and why it's important. So Outdoors New South Wales and ACT has the AGM coming up on the 3rd of October. And we're looking for other directors, for new people to become a director of Outdoors New South Wales and ACT. And it's a strategic voluntary position that will help guide the peak body for the outdoor industry. And you'll just be asked, if you're going to apply, to write down in 500 words or less what you can bring to the board. And we're seeking people who have expertise in governance, finance, marketing, partnerships, sponsorships, planning, events, and technology. So a really broad range of experience and expertise that we're looking for in new board positions. So the Outdoors New South Wales and ACT Climate Change Committee asked the outdoor industry for feedback in 2021 regarding their position on climate change. This committee would now like to request an update to see what has changed in the past 2 years. So if you have a moment, you can see the SurveyMonkey link there, which is surveymonkey.com. Climate Change 2023, and we'd just love you to take a couple of minutes to give us your reflections on climate change. And as we're speaking about prior to the meeting, there's been 21 of the 30 hottest days ever recorded this July, obviously reflecting the Northern Hemisphere temperature extremes. And yeah, climate change cannot be any longer denied, but obviously we'd like a formal industry position on this. On the 3rd of August, there's also a child safe committee meeting, and looking for some members to be part of that meeting. So if you're interested and available, just send an email to sportsintegrity@sports.newsouthwales.gov.au, and just let them know if you'd be interested in attending the Child Safe Committee meeting. There's a great youth grant available at the moment, and it closes on the 7th of August. And it's really looking at getting the voices of young people to work out programs that are going to be targeted and useful for them. So rather than people like myself sitting in our ivory towers ploughing out information for programs, it's really engaging with young people to actually get what they want and understand how they can best take leadership in their own programs. So that's a really great opportunity to look at a targeted grant of $10,000 to $50,000. It's available through the state government at the moment. Just an update on our membership levels. There's you'll see on the website that we've really changed all the different membership levels, starting at as low as $25 a week for an individual basic membership. So that's a yearly membership. And if you're a newcomer to the outdoor industry, or just looking to see what there is available, $25 is, it's not a lot for most people to afford to become a member of Outdoors New South Wales and ACT. And we've just changed the structure a bit so it's more affordable for different levels of business and for, the difference between public and private schools. So take a look at that on the membership web pages, and continue to be members. We love having you as part of Outdoors New South Wales and ACT. So there's this new Strive for Sustainability scorecard, and it's provided by Destination New South Wales, and it's to support your business and how you can positively impact people, the planet, and culture. As part of this scorecard, you evaluate your current sustainability performance, and it's in less than a day. And then you receive some insights into how you can improve any gaps in your delivery. And it's, there's one applicant per business that can complete the scorecard, and it takes around about half a day to complete it. And you do it at your own pace, and it just gives you another, soft accreditation for your business. Another great initiative that's coming up in August is the Activity Safe Education Program, and it's free for members, and it's looking at the Australian Adventure Activity Standards and Good Practice Guides, and it's just a free online program that's going to start very soon, so keep a lookout for that. There's a few conferences coming up. There's Laurie is currently at the Royal Lifesaving Swimposium out in Penrith, and she's presenting at that today. Also at the moment, there's the National Sports and Physical Activity Convention in Melbourne. 20th to the 22nd of September is the Australian Camps Association conference, which I know there'll be some members attending that, and Laurie will definitely be at that one. And then there's the AAEE National Conference, which is the Australian Association for Environmental Education, which is also in late September in Wollongong. So a few things to put on your agenda to hopefully you can get to some of them. We've had some careers expos recently. The one that was due to be in Maitland this week was postponed. We had an amazing response from outdoor operators, but it was very difficult to engage with students in the Maitland area. So we've broadened the reach there, and we're going to deliver that one in Maitland, Newcastle and the Central Coast in September or October. We're just looking to confirm a date for that. But that will, that will come up. And I know that some of the operators will be invited to showcase their business or organisation at that. There's also the Sydney Careers Expo on the 8th and 9th of September. If you'd like to showcase your business at that, it's $300 per member. And it promotes careers in the outdoors to the attendees of that. And I know that that's at the Hordern Pavilion. An example is my daughter her school is going to that. So it's definitely a broad reach of students and schools attending that expo. So it would be a great opportunity for your business. Some other events. So the Connect and Shares that are coming up. Next week is the Outdoor Innovation Hub. The 11th of August is we're looking at trends to adapt to in the outdoors. On the 18th of August is the New South Wales Spatial Services. And on the 25th of August is Dave Alley's world record attempt. So I'm intrigued to know what that would be all about. But today I'm going to hand over now to Kerry Otto to talk to us about the Duke of Edinburgh Employer Program. So over to you, Kerry.
Thanks so much, Helen. Good morning, everybody. I'm just going to grab my screen share here. Hopefully we've got that happening. Bear with me. Great. All right. So thank you for carving out the time, Helen, in today's program to hear a little bit more about the Duke of Edinburgh and our fantastic employer partnership opportunity. So just to give everyone some context, I'm assuming, and we should never assume, that everybody is familiar with the Duke of Edinburgh's award. I'm just going to minimize, bear with me, everyone. Helen, can you see the screen properly? Is that working?
Yes. Yes.
Great. It's just looking different my end.
Yeah.
So essentially, we provide all young people the opportunity to uncover their purpose, passion, and faith in the world, which is really exciting. And we know that a lot of Outdoors New South Wales and ACT members have young people going through their organisation doing the Duke of Ed, which during a meeting with Laurie last month, we recognised that there's great opportunity for members like yourselves to come on board and be a Duke of Ed employer partner. Outdoors New South Wales and ACT came on board last month, I believe it was now, in May or June, as a partner with us. And so the purpose of today is just to give you a little bit of insight into what that partnership is, how that can work for you. It's a beautiful alignment in all that the Duke of Ed stands for, and obviously the organisations like yourselves in what you're doing. It's been a really exciting year at the Duke of Ed in that we have been putting a lot of energy into rebranding and getting young people familiar with what the Duke of Ed is all about. There has been a historical misconception that it's all focused on the adventurous journey, and there is so much more to the award than that, and that includes doing their incredible skills, their voluntary work, supporting community, and of course recreational, and then the adventurous journey element. So where the employer partnership is a fantastic opportunity, it is for organisations like yourself that can formally recognise the Duke of Ed through the recruitment process when you have young people coming through, applying for jobs. It's a process within the HR of offering the recognition, have you done the Duke of Ed, and the young person, yes or no. And what that does is two things. One, highlights to the young person that you recognise the Duke of Ed award as a non-formal education that offers young people world-ready skills outside of their formal education. It also is an opportunity for you as the recruiter to recognise that these young people have got a certain skill set that they've acquired through doing the award. So it's a really lovely way to be formally affiliated with the Duke of Ed, and essentially it is, before I jump ahead, a really light touch relationship. Actually, I'll just come back to something in a second. Bear with me, everybody. Okay, so the Duke of Ed Employer Partnership's been around for about 6 years now, and up until recently, it's been ticking along and growing organically through organisations electing to come on board. I've recently joined the organisation, so becoming a really, I guess, taking a proactive approach, seeing what partners are getting out of the partnership, what we can offer partners coming on board, and how that looks. So things we've come up with are opportunity, not just in the recruitment process when you are interviewing young people, but also in that if you are looking for young people to recruit, you can reach out to us and we can certainly put that out to our network for young people to hear about, maybe before you put it out to the greater world. There's opportunity for internships that we can certainly, if you come to us, we can certainly offer that to our internal network as well, that you might be looking for somebody in a certain role as an intern. So there's ways that we've been looking at growing the partnership opportunities internally, and externally we're looking at things like raising your voices, so sharing any stories that are relevant to the Duke of Ed. If you have a young person that you've employed or a young person coming through your organisation doing the award, we'd love to absolutely share those stories on all of our social media platforms. The partnership is really about also giving young people the opportunity to see organisations that are recognising the award and knowing that they're an organisation that the Duke of Ed obviously has high regard for and credibility associated with. So the process is really simple. It's simply a matter of having a chat like we are now, looking at our application form, filling that in, raising any questions that you might have. Any applications that come through the award come to myself, and I do my due diligence and then reach out to you and do an onboarding process. And it's pretty simple. It's as simple as filling in the application. We exchange logos. So what we do ask in our partnerships is that we have the permission to share your logo on our site and a little endorsement that is associated with the award. And likewise, that we ask that you have our supporter logo on your site and have that there available for young people to also recognise that through your organisation. And like I mentioned, we do some promotional things to highlight our partnership with yourselves. And that is quite pretty much as it stands. There's absolutely no cost involved. It is more about the time and the recognition and supporting one another for our lovely young people. So I would love, just before I open up to any questions, because I hope I've covered most high-level things. Something we have done this year at the Duke of Ed for the first time is a campaign targeting young people and getting them really familiar with the award. And I thought I'd share this with you just to give you a bit of insight into some of the new direction that we've been taking. It's exciting. We've been really working with Be Your Own Champion and what that means for young people. And I'd just love to play a little video so you get a taster of that. Because it is in relation to all the wonderful new things we're doing, building a new website within the organisation. Why that's relevant to you is when you do come on board as a partner, and maybe after watching this playback today or after today's session, you'll check out the Duke of Ed website and you'll see that there is a partnerships page. I wanted to share with you that I'm really excited the new website is going to highlight our partners in a much, I guess, more a clearer more interactive way. So I just wanted to share that and get you a little bit excited about some of the great things we're doing at the Duke of Ed.
This is it. It's about you doing the things you already enjoy. But it's also about discovering new interests too. You can follow your passions alone or with friends. Or you can be adventurous and challenge yourself. So get out there. Build the skills you need in life and see all that you can achieve. Be your own champion. The Duke of Ed.
Great little video. I love the Be Your Own Champion, and I think that carries through with all the way through the award now. And when young people are doing it with all of our socials, we're really, and I think where that comes into an employment opportunity, we all know that when you're getting your first job, there is a huge challenge often with, have you got the experience? And that's where the Duke of Ed really comes into play, that as an employer, if you recognise that a young person has done the award, you know that they've had that voluntary community experience, they've been building skills, they've had exposure to organisations, and that is a huge plus for any young person and any employer. So I just would love to open up now to any questions that anyone has around the partnership. And I know that we will be sending out, I believe Laurie mentioned we can send out a little bit of information that will have the link to the application form, and any other, I guess, frequently asked questions will be addressed in there as well. But yeah, Helen, do you have any questions, or anybody else?
Yes, I certainly do, Kerry. Jeffrey here, Scouts Australia. Had a few
Whereabouts?
sorry, with Scouts Australia.
Hi, yes.
Yeah. Had a few conversations with organisations recently, and would appreciate a level of Duke of Ed support, because I've spoken to a few sporting organisations who are involved, and they're going, we really struggle with the adventurous journey. And while we've been a provider for many years, because the program is very similar to the Scouts program, very holistic, not just adventure, covers a range of things, non-formal education, we're very much the same there. And so we've been a DV provider for many years. However, in saying that, we don't necessarily deliver some parts of the program well, or provide some of the parts of the program well. Yet there are other providers out there who are going, we're struggling with the adventurous side. Can you help us on that side? And we're going, yeah, happy to help there. But you know what? We probably don't deliver some of the bits you do well also. So really, I'd love to look to Duke of Ed for some support in connecting some of us providers up who are going, you know what, we do this bit well, but we don't do the other bit well.
Okay, great. That's an excellent insight. So I'm so sorry, but I missed your first name and I can't find you on my people. What was your first? Jeffrey. Thank you. Yep, Jeffrey, that is a great question. And I think what I would love to do is, I don't look after all of the, so I'm doing partnerships. Activity providers is a little bit different, but I totally understand what you're saying and I can hear that and it makes complete sense. So I would love to have a chat with yourself and Kathleen at National Office, just to probably dive a little bit deeper into how we could probably go about doing that and what opportunities there are there. I might even grab, I don't know if you can personally message me in the, let me see if I can find you. I've stopped sharing now. If you can message me privately, or I'm happy to put my email in the chat for everybody. I know I can see you, Jeffrey. Great. Yeah, absolutely. Because I think that's a conversation worth having and makes complete sense. So I guess we'll definitely address that later. In terms of the actual employer partnership, like, does anyone have any questions around that in terms of why they may or may not come on board as a partner, and I'm hoping that you would all love to jump on board as a partner. It makes complete sense. But does anyone have any questions? Because to be honest with you, it's my first time presenting it in a Zoom, so I'm a bit stage struck. I can't remember what I actually said, so please forgive
Doing
me.
great, Kerry. Caroline, do you have a question? You're on
Yeah, I was just trying to get my head around what you mean with in terms of the HR recruitment side at the very beginning of your introduction. Are you effectively suggesting that we would consider the award as like a priority recruitment, where that's like where the other skills that the participant comes to us with? Is that kind of like what you're thinking of?
Yeah, no, so essentially not a priority, no. It's more of, in the recruitment, part of the relationship, what we ask is if in some capacity during the recruitment process, there's recognition of the award by the questioning, have you participated in the award? So as, just to probably to give a bit of background, as things are progressing with digital badges and that whole world of recognising more non-formal education, it will become more something that a young person actually is more proactive in presenting on their resume anyway, with the Duke of Ed, or having that whole digital badging process. I don't know how familiar everyone is with the digital badging and where that's heading, but at the moment, we're just asking that you ask the young person, have they participated in the Duke of Ed at all? And that it's simply just letting them know that you see it as a credible thing. Does it mean they've got a greater advantage over someone else? No, that's not what we're suggesting at all. It's just more of a recognition. So it's bringing that young person's awareness, and that's simply pretty much it. Does that kind of answer your question? Yeah.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Caroline. The other Caroline, did you have a question?
The only thing I can think is I represent an outdoor education provider. So, and I'm fairly new on the scene. So could you suggest ways of how it would work for us? My ears sparked up when I heard internship, but how would it work? So educate me in a way of how this could connect really well with an outdoor ed provider.
Yeah, so I guess the main thing when you think about this is any organisation, unless you're a solopreneur and you're a contractor, but even then that could work, any organisation that needs to employ anybody, this is a great advantage and opportunity, because essentially by being a partner, you're recognising you've got, I guess, opportunity to tap into a network that you know, or of individuals that already have world-ready skills. Does that make sense? So that's, I guess, probably how that would be relevant to you. So it's sort of anyone who's employing anyone, it's an advantage. Where essentially it has been proven to save time, money, effort, in terms of have access to young people that, you know, have a certain skill set. Yeah.
Yeah, I could see how it would potentially work, because of, you know, we run D&V programs, and also when we're looking for people to consider coming, and we also run traineeships as well. So I'm thinking that sounds fairly practical to combine those two at least to connect, and it sounds interesting about the you know, about the sharing the logos and crowd of support. So it makes sense. I can see sort of like, you know, clear practical connections.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the thing for us is that what we want young people, so our whole thing being that obviously they're doing the award, they're acquiring these world-ready skills and experience and you know, personal development, and then it comes to, okay, so they're world ready, and then they're going into the world to find a job, or they're already at school and they're looking for their first job. By seeing who we've partnered with as an employer, that's already a sign for a young person to say, oh, look, I know that organisation recognises the Duke of Ed for what the Duke of Ed is and what that means. So as a young person, I'm interested in that vocation, or that appeals to me. And obviously, being in the outdoor industry, there's going to be a higher chance that these young individuals would be interested in working within your organisations. So it's a great opportunity for them to go, okay, I'm going to approach them first, maybe before they look outside. So it's just for us, that's the plus and the gift to the young person, if we're going to bring it back to young people. Yeah, does that help?
Yeah, and definitely what Liz has posted as well about to identify young people, the potential to work in the outdoors.
Oh, sorry.
Liz, did you want to expand on that at all?
Yeah, I just think it's like when you work with an RTO and they bring their students to you for some field experience. It's an opportunity to identify people who might have a real interest and they're looking for what they want to do. You can have that conversation with the DOV students while they're on program with you about a career development pathway. And one question I think I was just about to type is DOV willing to have conversations with Outdoors New South Wales ACT about advertising any traineeships that might be available in the sector to their past participants through their email network?
Yeah, that's it. Thanks, Liz. Beautifully asked. Yes, I had a chat with, and I'm going to put a caveat in saying I'm hoping I'm getting this right. So when Laurie and I had a conversation, we certainly talked about the opportunity for Outdoors New South Wales ACT to put out, whether it's an email or newsletter, opportunities that likewise, and then if any members do have an opportunity internally that they would like put forward to the Duke of Ed for us to put out internally, that is absolutely available. Does that answer, Liz?
Sorry, yes.
Yep.
So that's
Great.
the sort of cross promotion of both, which is a great way to I guess. Yeah. And I know David's got his hand up. So
David.
Yeah, I mean, in my youth, which most people seem to think was a little bit after the dinosaur killer strike, but anyway, maybe it was a bit before that. But in my youth, scouting gave you points with every employer, whether it was anywhere. So if you'd been in the Scouts, it showed you had, you could work with a team, you'd learned about leadership, you'd gained a lot of skills that were useful in a whole wide range of things. And I think that the scouting, Duke of Edinburgh, many of the other youth activity groups that get run out there by religious groups or clubs or others, we probably need to look at what's out there, what they do, and how we can integrate that as pathways not only into our industry, but also perhaps into giving credibility for a whole wide range of employers into the future, because it worked once before and there's no reason why it couldn't work again.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for that, David. Does anybody have any final questions for Kerry?
Kerry, I do. It's Liz. I'm intrigued as to, because I've been familiar with DOV for quite some time, I'm intrigued as to the goal setting of such large numbers. Is this due to an international directive from the Duke of Edinburgh program itself, or has it been a government initiative to say we need to get more people outdoors, more young people outdoors, and this is one of the ways that we can do it? Where is the what I would call a substantial goal of increase actually been driven from?
Liz, that's a really good question. I do not know the answer. I mean, I could speculate and draw on bits and pieces that I've heard, but I think just generally speaking, given the change of direction in culture of young people being a lot more, I guess, tech focused and screen focused and these type of things, that it's an across the board interest and conversation of wanting to drive more young people outdoors, but I don't honestly know in terms of a more formal action where that's coming from.
Okay,
but
thanks.
the more voices, the better. Yeah.
certainly is a big lofty goal, and I support it, but I think it sort of feels like it came from nowhere, but it's great to see it revitalized. So don't get it wrong. I think it's wonderful that the resources are going in to revitalize the whole program.
Liz, just on that, I spoke a few months ago with Curtis Hibberson, who's the Duke of Ed state manager as such for ACT, and he was explaining to me that the government, any government, doesn't really have any connection in Australia to the Duke of Ed program. So my assumption, therefore, to your question about the numbers and who's driving it would be that it's not a government thing that's involved. It's probably Duke of Ed, either Duke of Ed Australia, as in like Peter Kay, or it's coming further up from the Duke of Ed Trust.
Yeah, but it probably does get support through the Office of Sport in each of the states. So to a degree, there's some government funding coming in. But yeah, if it's an Australian initiative or international initiative, it'd be great.
So, sorry for butting in. Jeffrey here again. Speaking to Peter Kay late last year, it's certainly, there's a bit of an international push from Duke of Ed, and Australia has then taken those numbers and put an Australian context on it, that's then rolled out to states and territories. So.
Thanks, Jeffrey. And yeah, that's great. Thanks, Kerry. That's been really enlightening for all of us, just to kind of get our heads around where Duke of Ed is at the moment. So thanks for coming on today.
Thanks so much, Helen. Thanks everyone for being patient with me. And like I mentioned earlier, we'll definitely get something out. Laurie and Helen will help get some information out to everyone as well. So yeah, and my contact in case you all need to ask any questions.
Fantastic, thank you. So I'm just going to open up the floor now for any other comments, questions, anything else. We can turn the recording off.